Alright guys, so I'm back with another range review video here in Orrington, Maine, the gun club. Another rainy day, so I thought why not, let's do another video. What I've got for you today, another revolver, it's kind of what I do, 357 Magnum. This is the Smith and Wesson 686. This is the -6 version, so it has the lock and the hammer, frame-mounted firing pin. Nice gun. There's the safety check. This one here is got some heft to it, so there's not a lot of recoil with the 357 Magnum loads. The loads that I have here today are not heavy loads. They're just lead semi-wad cutter, mid-range 357 Magnum loads. But the gun itself, stainless steel. It's got the full underlug barrel, as all the 686s do. I believe this gun came out in around 1981. It's on what the manufacturer calls the L frame, which is a medium frame gun. This, it didn't replace, but it was brought out because of alleged problems that Smith and Wesson was having with K-frame 357 revolvers. The K-frame is slightly smaller than the L frame, and the big difference is the metal around the forcing cone in the barrel. The L frame has kind of a beefed up forcing cone area, because the K-frame guns using heavy ammunition with light bullets, like the 110 grain or 125 grain bullets, some of them would develop cracks underneath the barrel in the forcing cone area. And when a crack happens in that area of the gun, there's really no repair for it. You have to change the frame. So this gun was brought out in 1981 with the beefed up forcing cone area to withstand continual use of any 357 load. You can load 110 grain rounds all the way up to 200 grain rounds for the Smith and Wesson 686. It has some similarities looks-wise with the Colt Python. It's got the underlug barrel like the Python does. It's got a very similar frame size, and the style itself is somewhat. It doesn't have the vented rib or the bluing like the Python did, but it's somewhat similar to that. This one is a double action, so you can either cock it and fire it single action, or you can cock it and fire it all in one motion by pulling the trigger. It has the fully adjustable rear sight. This one has a white outline rear sight and a red ramp front sight. This is the 6-inch barrel version. It doesn't have the original grips that came on it. This had the rubber hooks, like most new Smith and Wessons do, since probably the early 90s. This has the wooden finger grip hooks. It's a one-piece design. They slide right on over the grip frame, screw on the bottom. Very comfortable. They've got an oiled finish, not too shiny. They fill the hand nicely and give you good purchase on the grip. The gun has the rounded butt, so this is the square butt conversion grip. The grip itself goes down into a round butt grip frame. I think that's about all I want to say about the gun itself. It is a 6-shot 686. They do have the 7-shot capacity. They do have other versions of this gun. The 586 is the blued version, and the 386 is the scandium frame version. My father has that version of this gun. I may borrow that and do a video on that. Looks exactly the same, except it has the scandium frame, which is black in color, and it's very light. Scandium's a light material, and I think it weighs somewhere around 24 ounces, I think. This one probably weighs around 40 or 41 ounces, so it's got some heft to it, but the heft really helps manage the recoil. So, like I said before, I have some lead semi-wad cutter rounds, ones that I have loaded myself. Loaded these, cast the lead for them. It's like I said, it's kind of it's a mid-range load. It's not as soft as a 38 Special, but it's not a full rip-snorting 357 round. So I'll put my ears on, load up. Well, there are bigger cartridges now available for handguns. The 357 has stayed popular. It's a good self-defense round, and it's a good hunting round. Dad actually killed a deer one time with a 357 handgun. It was a Ruger Blackhawk. So here we go. 6-round capacity. We'll shoot it at 25 yards. And here we go. You can see there's very little recoil. Very little recoil. Heavy gun, soft loads. And like I talked about in the how to control your recoil video, you take the high grip, just like you do with the bigger handgun, and good athletic stance, leaning your weight forward a little bit. Don't fight the recoil. There's not much with this gun. You can get heavier loads that do have more recoil, but with the 357 I find that recoil really isn't the problem. With the full heavy loads, it's more muzzle blast that bothers people. It has a very, almost a high-pitched crack to it. So you want to have good hearing protection. When you're in an enclosed place like this, you may even want to double up with plugs and muffs. So here we go. To the 6 more rounds. Very nice practice load, accurate, good for punching paper. It's not really a defensive load, it's definitely not a hunting load. Just a nice go to the range and either shoot some gongs or shoot some paper targets. I'm a Smith and Wesson guy, I guess. I've got mostly Smith and Wesson handguns. This one I'm rather fond of. I'd like to maybe get another one someday in 4-inch. They make the 4-inch barrel. So there it is, the Smith and Wesson 686. Nice revolver. I would recommend it. Light recoiling. A good gun. Good all-around gun. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.